Bird Eye, how's it going? Steven, that sucks, man. Hope you feel better. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't get too bad for you. That was never a fun time for me. I know I caught it at least 2 times. I think there may have been a third. I don't remember. Yeah, it's never fun. Shy, how's it going? Voyager, you forgot that it was stream day? Terrible. Moxnix, how's it going? Jay, no camera for right now. I'm gonna be doing another stream later tonight. And I'm just going to enjoy not having lights in my face for a couple hours. But I am going to be doing a stream later this evening with Trizander, Goss, and Mixstud, I believe. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the camera off right now, and I'll have it on for that later on. I'll probably stream again instead of just having Triz just stream it all, and then take any clips from that, maybe put together a video from it. Greg, how's it going? Chi-ups. Lazy Boy. Beach Bum, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Did I get any sleep? Yes, I did sleep for an incredibly long time. I think I slept, to be honest, 10.5 hours. Like I've slept really horribly the past couple of weeks, so it was catching up on me. Everwind, how's it going? MDT, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Alan, Theo. Yeah, the sleep was definitely catching up on me, and it all hit last night. Market Chief, I saw I think it was you posted, someone was asking what platform to play on over on Reddit, and I liked all the responses there. It's definitely, if you want to get into Stowe and you haven't already started on a platform, PC definitely is the way to go. Too much sleep tiredness, terrible. Yeah, you remember it? Yeah, it was good. Basically, everyone was saying, start up on PC for Stowe. The player base in the game is just so much better on PC, unfortunately. Okay, let's head in game here. I am streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. I don't have either of the chats up on screen. I am working on an overlay where my game will be a bit smaller, but there will be a spot for like my camera and then for both chats to appear on the screen. So that is something I will be experimenting with as we go into January. Everwind, you picked up an epic token and you got the Bajoran Interceptor. Nice. Ramspin, how's it going? Terrible Voyager. Stuka, Happy New Year to you as well. Shifty. Johnny, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Okay, so I think I've opened enough of the Phoenix packs for now. In that news video that I put out yesterday, I ripped open another $10 worth. And I don't want to burn up too much of my Zen, but I'm at 47 of the experimental ship upgrade tokens now, so I think over the past week I've probably used like 40 or 50 bucks of Zen to open Phoenix packs. Jose, thank you for the ultra casual membership. Very much appreciated. Sad it is not an account unlock. I wish they were for what they cost. There's a lot of things in Stowe where the cost is just ridiculous. Like if you get one of these epic tokens which have such an insanely high or an insanely low drop rate, like if you do manage to get one of them, it should give you the ship account wide. Like that's on average like 70 to 80 bucks, and that's with the 500 to 1 rate on PC. If you're on a console, the price can be like twice that. Ridiculous. Free T6 ship tokens, would it be a good idea to use them, save them, or sell them? If you don't have anything that you need right now, then save them. The 14th bundle is, 6 or 7 weeks out on PC. and you can either use them for that, or by that point, the value of them will be a little bit higher. Terrible Nick, you'll be seeing me later on. I'll have the camera on when I'm doing the stream with Triz and Stu and Goss later on. Only 35 epic ship upgrades, but pulling my dill. Nice. Yeah, Jose, my streaming schedule's usually all over the place. There isn't usually a schedule. It's just I hit the button. Dude Fearless, thank you for the follow. Kafka, thank you for the follow as well. 10-hour shifts I'm working now. This could be rough. Okay, I need to... One of the main things I need to do is get some stuff posted to the exchange, because I know there's typically a lot of memes about me playing the market a ton, but I find as the years have went on, I have been engaged with the exchange less and less, and I do need to go in and get some stuff posted, because I would like to have some EC on hand for whatever the new lockbox is that we're going to be getting here in like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Nice, Jay. Lucari, Psy Ship, and the Tholium. Ramsman, it does help. The epic code, the reason that I mention that so much is because that basically is giving me a 5% cut on whatever you spend through Epic, and I'm using the funds from that to pick up more Zen. So it is appreciated, because that's the money I get from that is going right back into the channel, basically. Yeah, Everwind, the pen weapons are really good, especially if you don't have a lot of the other debuff sources, or you don't play with people that bring a lot of debuff in. More Zen, more videos. Okay, what was I gonna do here? I'm gonna swap characters. I had some crit doffs posted on a different character, and I think they may have bounced by now. Nah, no pen rant. Pen is good. Oh, one did sell. Now I have to resist the temptation. Console Stow just crashed when I opened my inventory? Wow. Another thing I should take a look at. I know I just said I should get EC for the upcoming content, but I feel like ripping open a couple of the Delta packs. These usually can be profitable if you get the right DOFs. Point defense protocols. Another point defense protocols? Come on. It gives me 2 of the worst traits that has. Unfortunate. So whenever I'm opening DOF packs like this, I basically just get rid of the commons and uncommons. I used to donate them to the fleet, but nowadays I just don't really bother as much. Nice. Thank you, Jay. It is appreciated. The prices for experimental ship upgrade tokens are quite high. Always thought they were 30 mil, not 80. Wow. You had 30 unbound? I do keep forgetting to mention that the ones you get from Phoenix are bound to you. I've had a few people complain to me about that. I need to remember to mention that. Okay, I need to find like some terrible DOFs to get rid of here. I have a ton of uncommon and common here in my inventory, so let me just get rid of them. By the way, for those of you ever looking to level up one of your duty officer commendations fast, the recruitment duty officer commendation, you actually get some of that XP by discarding duty officers. So if you're ever in a position where you're working on like a recruit character, and it has a requirement to level up some duty officer commendations. This recruitment one is so stupidly easy to do because you could just discard DOFs to get that XP. Yeah. I am lucky that my account right now is linked to, so I have like originally an ARC account, and I was able to link it many years ago to Steam, and I was also able to link it to Epic in this past year when it was briefly allowed. So I thankfully have the ability to go in now and buy through whatever platform has the best prices, which is Epic right now. I just wish that other people could go in and also take advantage of that. I wish they didn't have that lockdown, or I wish that they had the prices the same on all platforms. That would probably be the best thing for them to do. I don't even know if I got any good offs out of this yet. Steel, how's it going? Just opened off packs, guy. Like, if you're opening deltas to try and make a profit, like, that'd be a good way to go. Okay, did I get any good doffs out of those packs? Okay, I'm right back where I started. I sold a crit severity doff for 240 mil, and I just got another one. Gotta love it when that happens. And I'm gonna pull down the one that I have on the market because I'm probably gonna have to post them at a slightly lower price. Ethan, how's it going? You got a set. Well, that can happen on Steam or Arc as well. Um, managed to get Epic Link this year too. Yeah, I'm glad a lot of people were able to get in and get that done. Up to 43 tunes now. I'm forgetting where I have banked all my stuff at. Yep. Sitting on 10 promo lockbox constitutions. Wow. Yeah, the Epic 7-day lockout. You can contact Cryptic or Arc support sometimes to have them like erase that or to make it end early. But yeah, that is something that unfortunately happens. It's very common on Steam. And I think it happens a lot with these other platforms other than Arc because they're wanting to push you to use Arc to buy your Zen instead. My thoughts on it. So these are 225 mil now. And did I get any rares? A rare energy weapon officer. Only 2 out of that many packs? Wow. Trying to look up duty officer stuff on the exchange can suck because the user interface doesn't automatically update the description of what the duty officer is for. So it looks like the rares on the Fed side are 20 mil right now. That's crazy. 25 mil. Well, these ones are going up for 20. And how many more do I have just sitting in my inventory? Yeah, I want to just have some EC on hand because we don't know, what the new lockbox is going to be, but you always want to have EC on hand regardless of whether or not a lockbox is going to be good or bad, because there's always bound to be something in the lockbox that is worth stockpiling so that you can flip it later on. Point defense protocols is apparently worth like 50 mil right now, which is crazy because it's one of the worst traits in the game. Okay. Oh. Wish the exchange was better for searching or that we could use a mod like in other MMOs. Yeah. Ethan, how's it going? Bought some arcs in during the supposed suspicious activity lockout, and that stuff is not locked. Yeah, Chai. You can only make a fleet, like the fleet logo that your fleet has, that has to be made with the in-game system. It can't be uploaded through like a PNG or a JPEG or anything like that. It's not great. So is it settings? Change fleet emblem. Yeah, you have to use this system here. Following your tips ensures not only purchase Zen with the Salem on PS4. With my alts, I rolled lithium into Zen. Took me 3 months to get enough for 2 bundles. Nice. Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits on console is there's there's less, like the deluxe is low over there. Alpha, I see your chopper over there. Nice. I need to remember to look at Twitch a bit more. Sam, you need to get some EC? Yeah, I mean, we all need more EC, right? Like, 'tis the way. When do I think the next ship release is? January 23rd. Given when the Red Alert event ends, January 23rd is likely to be when the anniversary event drops, and alongside that is going to be a brand new lockbox. The anniversary bundle will then be a couple weeks later, and this is for PC. For console, it's going to be on like a month or month and a half delay. So long as the game keeps getting development, I think we're going to continue to see legendary ships pop up. The Nad, how's it going? Yeah, legendary Galore or Keldon would be really nice. I'm gonna farm some more Talshiar command codes. You guys, some of you may remember that from a video series that I have up for channel members, but these Talshiar command codes can be nice for getting some KLLs or Tai Heths, but the market cannot take too much supply. As you guys may remember, those of you that have been channel members in the past have probably seen that video where I showed how I made like 2 billion EC, going from 0 to 2 billion. The method I used was these Talshare command codes, but in the process of me doing that video, the reason that I had to scrap it as a fully public video is because I alone introduced too much supply to the market, and it ended up taking me 3 months to find a buyer for the items. So I did eventually manage to get 2 billion EC starting from 0, but me putting more than one of these on the market literally crashed the market for 3 months. It was a fun time. JT, you're on both feeds? Nice. CSA, what are the advantages of being KDF aligned versus Fed aligned? Are stuff like DPRM still easier to get on KDF? I think there's still some of the cross faction packs, yeah. Let's take a look. Dynamic. Not as many as there once was, but I mean, 600 million is still cheaper than the 1.2, 1.3 that the Fed one cost. So being Romulan or Klingon is still cheaper for getting a DPRM. The Tal Shiar command codes are just duty officer missions that get you duty officers. It's going to have a different pool of DOFs that you can get depending what faction you're on. So Fed, Romulan, and KDF each have different pools. And some of the DOFs, like the Warp Core Engineer specifically for the Fed and KDF ones, is actually quite valuable. It's that TLL or Tyheth, the debuff cleanse that I've been showing in some recent videos. It's really popular in PvP, but that's the only source of that duty officer. So yeah, you can still get some stuff cheaper on the KDF side, but one of the main appeals for KDF is that they have a really nice way to farm EC that Federation players simply do not have access to. If you're on a KDF player or KDF aligned character, you can go in and do the marauding missions in sector space, and those marauding duty officer missions actually net you things like contraband, which you can then farm up and sell for EC. Contraband is still something that sells very well, so that is a way that some people go out and farm both their EC and dilithium. So KDF has that economic advantage over the other factions, and you can also get that by being KDF aligned. I have a character that's just sitting in sector space. I thought I did. On an experimental weapon with 5 mods, would I run crit X or damage? I don't know what the numbers are like for that, but if I'm going damage for everything else, I'd probably just go with damage. Legendary Gagarin? Yeah. Was gonna pick up Zen for Phoenix T6s, saw Epic had good pricing, and then realized I missed out on linking counts. Well, it wasn't because of Epic that they stopped linking, it was Cryptic didn't want us to be able to link accounts like that. Hey Triaz, how's it going? Sorry, just comment there. Some TMP or 2S ships would be nice, yeah. So if you're on a KDF or KDF aligned character, if you go into sector space, go to department heads, first officer, you're going to see these marauding missions pop up, and you're going to see some like disable a freighter or raid an outpost, things like that. If you go through and do these have a chance to give you contraband, and contraband is very popular for converting to dilithium. So you can sell that contraband on the market. Contraband, I don't know what it's at right now. The last time I looked, it was almost 60 or 70k per unit. So every 5 contraband can be converted to 2000 dilithium, and it's a nice little market there. So if you do want to go through, fly through sector space, you know, do this marauding stuff, you can get a nice chunk of EC from it. And the missions change per sector on the map, so there's like flight patterns that people have optimized for it over the years. So you just fly around and the mission should automatically update. I think the other quadrant usually has a bit better missions. So yeah, you just fly around. Like here, raid on research facility, unauthorized raid on human colony. Like, just do that. And literally, you just fly around and you see these missions pop up here. You pick them up, and you get contraband and other things. Like, that's one of the main advantages of KDF. You straight up get an economic advantage over the Federation side. Bebops, contraband is life. Yeah. Doomed. Thank you for the follow. I'm missing a couple things in chat here. Let me respond to things. Borgifying the winter ship, yeah. I like how the visuals on the Temerian are with the Borg stuff. Species, how's it going? Do I actually go play a queue? You know you want a ranger. You know, it's what you're gonna enjoy. So many ways to get EC into lithium to Zen takes time, but not difficult. Yeah. It's all about patience. Like, the first couple years that I played this game, I was entirely free to play. Like, doing this stuff is something that's been in the game for well over a decade, and those that do this have a nice routine for it, and they're able to farm a nice chunk of EC and or lithium from it. Mr. Toe Tag, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Going to do ISC. Andrew, waiting for a new ship to catch your attention and bring you back to Stowe. We're 3 weeks out from new ships coming into the game. One of them will be the event ship, the other will be a lockbox ship, and then 2 or 3 weeks after that will be the next anniversary bundle. Getting ready to open 280 Phoenix boxes. What's your chance for an epic? Not good. The Shrike will be interesting to get when it goes to console. I mean, the Shrike, yeah, the Shrike was popular. It's an okay ship. I know a lot of people really enjoy it. I was not impressed at all by the portal ability on it.
To the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, Klingons have built an empire that values
yes, Voyager. I'm intending to stream that from my side as well.
To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories and songs of the Empire.
I'm not seeing any more missions there, but yeah, that's the point of doing KDF side. You have that economic benefit that is available to you whenever you want to go through and utilize it. JT, thank you for the 200-bit cheer there. I was like, what is that sound? I'm not used to it. Very much appreciated. Okay. Let me catch up on chat. Credit to Stowe. Yeah, Stowe has issues, but it is free to play accessible. It's not the easiest right now given the current market conditions, but it is there if you put the time into it. A meta sovereign, I wish. Yeah, the portal weapon was a huge letdown. Well, I'm on a KDF character, Sam. Might be different for Fed. Have I ever met any Zen-rich EC poor folks? I used to grind a ton and yet solely for ships, not gear. Division M Epsilon, thank you for the follow. So usually when I meet anyone that has a ton of like Zen available to them, they'll like just buy keys or promo packs and get EC that way. But I mean, sure, like I've met plenty of people over the years where, you know, they have no issue going in and, you know, buying the new bundles or stuff like that, but when it comes to like lockbox ships, there's a lot of people that are hesitant to engage with that system because it's a single character unlock. What am I bringing out here? We're just talking about the Shrike. Bring it out. Cheops, when are we going to drag 1701 into a chat stream? I don't know. Billy, how's it going? Hi, Don. How's it going? The folk blank, thank you for the follow over there. Only one epic. I mean, the drop rate on the epic tokens is really, really bad. Okay, Ranger, I'll join you for your ISC. I gotta unhide though. I'm not in a plasma build, so it's gonna be low deeps. Plasma's the only thing I know how to do now. You're not a fan of games that turn into jobs, farming resources, rinse and repeat. Yeah, it's incentivized you to just pay to avoid doing that. It's the games as a service aspect of all this is your choices are pay or sit there and grind hours to do it. Act, happy new year to you as well. Exchange PvP is the true endgame, indeed. Sam, probably. Ranger, you do whatever you want. Yeah, hours give them metrics. So they want you to either spend X amount of hours doing something, or they want you to pay up so you can skip the grind. That's just how a lot of games are nowadays. Stowe isn't as bad about it as some other games. With Stowe, at least, you know, there's a route to get virtually anything in the game completely free to play. The only thing on PC that you can't get is the lifetime sub. Yeah. I mean, for me, I used to do the dilithium grind, but um right now with where I'm at, I would rather just like spend 10-20 bucks on dilithium, you know, getting Zen to convert over to dilithium rather than, you know, spending numerous hours grinding for it. Range just X up in DPS elites. That's where Ranger's getting the setup. If the economy was like 4 to 5 years ago, yeah. Yeah, Dan. It's unfortunate that that's how the market is going. I'm really not a fan of the live service approach of things, but unfortunately it has been way too successful. When do I expect an Endeavor increase? I don't know, but I am not using any of my Endeavor points right now. I'm saving them all up in case they do add more things. I don't care about filling out the rest of the ground tree, so like I have everything on the space side done, but it's the ground side that I don't have done. Ranger, it was a Turk there. You can't really get Zen for Dill. I mean, it takes a while. I think the most recent post I saw on Twitter were people getting their sales done in like 4 or 5 days. We're not gonna see a reputation tier increase based on what they've said. They've basically said that any expansions for the reputation system would take too much time. What's the Dill-X at right now? The backlog is at 1.4 mil. So if I post if I go and post the 28,000 lithium that I have here at 500 dill per zen, so if I go in and put that up and I leave it, I don't touch it. I just leave it there for the next, week. It would sell. Like, the thing is once you have that offer up where your deal per zen is set to 500, once you have that posting up, you need to not touch it. If you take it down and put it back up, which is what I've seen a few people do, you are resetting yourself back to the end of the queue. So instead of taking 4 days, if you go in and you pull it down 3 days in because you're impatient and you go and post it again, now instead of waiting 4 days for it to sell, you're going to be waiting a week. You just have to put it up at the correct price point, which is 500 dilithium per zen, and you have to leave it. Yeah, once you have that offer up, just leave it there. Remember when the deluxe was around 300? Long, long time ago. Yeah, endeavors really should be disabled in PvP. Yeah, like that's a 3-year grind. That's ridiculous. Cryptic has it there because it's, it's an incentive to keep you playing, but they don't realize at the same time that it can also make some people not willing to engage, with the game long term. Like, some new players are going to come in, see that there's a 3-year grind ahead of them just to get up to the point where their competition is, and they're going to look at the current state of the game, which, let's all be honest with ourselves, is not the best, and they're going to turn away. I'm good to go. I had 25k Zen worth of orders clear after 4 to 5 days last night. Nice. Magla, how's it going? Wish the rep system started early. Some of the gear drops can actually help new players with gear. Yeah. I mean, the way the game has been is I've always thought that the the level up process, like 1 through 65 is basically your tutorial to the game. When you hit 65 is when, the game actually starts, is the way we've generally looked at it, I feel. Does SCM have a way of checking if at handles exist in game, or is it literally just humans adding people? It's so SCM generates an invite list, but the invite list has been broken for a while, so I have to manually pull the at handles from the SQL table and do the invites manually, which is why they don't happen much anymore. I haven't done one, like a set of invites in a while now, because ISA and E have been broken, right? Do I think we'll ever see Borgdoffs added to the Muds market or to a ship bundle? I don't think so.
The situation is...
I don't have the right specs on.
Getting the dead gone.
Slow. Oh, I think OSS shut my weapons off there. I wasn't paying enough attention. I tried to fire the torpedo multiple times and it just didn't want to go. Okay, the gateway's already down. Simulator is still up on that side. I don't even know why I had the portal console on. I'm like just not even using it. It just isn't. We have both the simulators up. Jeez. Or the other one go down. Okay. Yeah, I was really sloppy on my part.
Sensors confirm
859.
conduit
That's
being destroyed.
just.
However, our
You already got right. Got it. Yeah, under a million just feels bad in ISE. Yeah, Ranger, get Oscar up and running. Would be appreciated. Yes, Deluxe is 350 Dill percent right now. Yeah, I mean just the Shrike. The Shrike just doesn't feel good to me. To be honest. Stuka, you're here because you're still playing Stove because all the cash you've spent on it over the years. I think a lot of people are in a similar boat. The issue with the Borgdolf packs is how low of a drop rate they have from Infinity. If Cryptic were to put in a Duty Officer choice pack into Infinity, you would see the price of the Borg Duty Officers tank. Like, instead of being a billion EC for 27 or higher, you'd probably see it come down to like 100 mil. It would make them a lot more accessible, but Cryptic is just so severely disconnected from the current economic state of the game that I don't see them addressing that issue anytime soon. Like their internal communication is just not great from what we've seen, and their external communication is not in any better state. Yeah, there's no reason for the Infinity Lockbox to still have so many items in it that are not in a choice pack. All of the categories should have a choice pack. I know ISE is the standard. Is there another TFO to measure your ship with? Hive. Hive Onslaught Elite is another popular TFO. That's the Borg one that has the two Unimatrixes and then the Queen at the end. That one's also quite popular. MF, how's it going? In the Atlas, yeah. I mean, 27's a nice duty officer, but I think I think its value and impact are maybe a smidge overhyped. Like 27, it's good, but like if you look at it, what is 27? 2.5% crit chance, 20 severity. Is that worth 1.5 billion EC? Dan, how's it going? No, Mark the Chief, I don't think it's $100 good. That's literally the price of, a legendary bundle in the C store. MF, that is a recent bug. So I've had that with my SOB character. I was flying around in sector space the other day as my character. Okay, I am in my ship again. HSC is the best test for your. It's just a random bug. Apparently, it happens to a lot of people when they're leaving patrols. Patreon damage. Let's get that done quick. It's very much not intended. It's just that it's an old bug that somehow managed to slip back into the game. What was the conclusion for the Daldoff on the FA build? I wouldn't. I don't like things that are a chance and that low of a chance. You have very limited space for your duty officers, and I think that you should put things on that are guaranteed, or basically work guaranteed with the mechanics that they have. Still immune, which I can shoot it. Nah, said that enough times. And Lonnie said, let's be honest, Stowe is the only long-term Star Trek game. The others like Elite Force, Resurgence, all have been very short-lived games. Yeah, I mean, that's why this game is still around, is because it is the only Star Trek game getting long-term development, really. So, I mean, I think if this game had been anything other than Star Trek, it wouldn't have lived past the first year or two. It would have run into the same fate as, you know, the games Cryptic has tried to release since the end of Neverwinter. I think they got very lucky with this IP. And I think they've been able to salvage it quite a bit, but I can understand why a game like Magic, if it was using a lot of the same mechanics as Stowe, you know, was maybe not the easiest for the market to accept. Ashura? My dad, bye. Total overhaul mod for Stellaris. I just have always had an issue getting into Stellaris. And with that, I don't know why I picked up Infinite. Go. The phaser endeavor for ground is always a lot easier because it's just drop an agony field. I don't know why I just went into Argala. To increase my collection of Miranda skins, apparently, because that's the only thing I've gotten from Infinite. Let's shoot the strike a little bit. Yeah. There's a feel from the early days of the game that I do very much miss. The game has improved quite a bit since then, but there's always going to be that nostalgia for some of the older things. Like, I actually miss the old ESD. You know, that older style of maps was different. It was cool. It was not great, I guess, you know, compared to what we have now. I understand why they changed it, but it's just the nostalgia of it. The old DS9, yeah. The old DS9 where you had to talk to the vendor for like Omega Rep there, that was cool. You know, that's an element that you see in other games is when there's a vendor for a reputation, you have to go see them in person. And Stowe's got it all simplified, which has taken some of the value away from maps. The only reference you have now is basically, oh, here's something you have to go listen to at Deep Space Nine, and you just listen to these things at a console. Not the same. Yeah, 700 is grind. Crew mechanic. Watch your crew instantly die.
Excellent. We'll send over a pacification party, take the suspect into custody.
Terrible Cheops.
Thank you for your assistance. And
Lurkin, thank you for the follow.
We recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. There's been a lot of...
I don't know, it's just a nostalgia for those earlier days of the game. Ranger, I think, is really the bulk of it. The new ESD does look so much better. It's just... there's that nostalgia for the older times in the game, when the game was more lively. The game still has a lot of players. The game still has a lot of good things going on, but there's you're always going to miss something, you know, from back in the day. Yeah, there's a couple ships that they need to bring up still. The Voth Bulwark. I know some of you would very much like a higher tiered version of that. Have I practiced jumping around in the SD? I used to do that all the time. But nowadays, I'm mostly on my Romulan character on a KDF side, so I'm over on New ROM most of the time nowadays. Old DS9 was so... yeah, I mean, yeah. The new DS9 visually looks cool. It's just the sizing of it. I don't know, it just... I guess another thing too is not necessarily the size, but like I said, the life in it. You know, being able to interact with like the reputation vendors, you know, that was nice. You know, taking the Omega stuff to, what was it, Roxy or whatever back then. Like, imagine if you could still go in and talk to them, and even if it just opened up like the, you know, the store for that reputation. Stowe Classic when? They briefly did it as a joke on the Red Shirt server a couple years back, but that ain't gonna happen again. Yeah. The cross fact or the lack of cross faction hurts the game. Nice act. The Stowe Classic would be interesting. Even you haven't missed too much. I'm gonna hop into what I intended to do before, where I hit the wrong thing, and that is a Jupiter station here, so I can get my phaser damage done.
You've arrived.
I already applied to that, but I don't expect it to go anywhere.
Yeah,
Wow, that was a hard endeavor to do. The Agony Field Generator, if you don't have that Universal Kit Module for ground, it's very good. You just place it, it takes out everything around you. Really quite nice. Yeah, Navy Man, I did apply to it. I think Cryptic could benefit from having a much better level of communication with the player base, because as is, I feel like there is just a huge disconnect between the players and the developers. It's either with some of the issues, it's either that they just don't know about them, or they know about them and they just don't care. Like it's just not good. Like the economic issues, you know, I remember doing a video going over the Infinity Lockbox and its issues, and I talked about how the lack of being able to sell a choice pack or a ship on the exchange was going to cause ship prices to continue going up. And what has happened? Ship prices have kept going up. More ships are unavailable on the exchange. If you want to go and pick up certain ships, the only legitimate route you have to go is to wait, you know, until you can gamble to get it, or, you know, find someone that has a box. And that's just not great. What that causes is a lot of people to turn away from the game and look for the ship elsewhere from other sources that are not legitimate, which isn't good for Cryptic. Like, imagine if you could just go on the exchange and instead of needing to search up, you know, the Gorn Hunter, you could just search up, you know, Infinity T6 Choice Pack, and you could just get the pack that lets you pick whatever ship you want. Instead, the way that it is structured right now, you have the person selling the ship has to pick a ship, and there's like 60 in there now, and then post that ship to the market, meaning that there's bound to be ships that have zero supply on the market. And if they are on the market, you know, sometimes their price is drastically higher than the other ships out there. Cryptic and communication have ever been friends? Yeah. No. Do I think 10 Forward will continue under the new ownership? Yeah, I would imagine. There's a lot of dead fleets on PC as well, Stuka. I would say most fleets in the game, regardless of platform, are going to be dead. You think that they like ship prices going up? They may very well, but at the same time, having ships available on the exchange is also beneficial to them. Having every ship available on the exchange means that if people do want to sell keys to get EC, then they know that they can put money into the game and that they are guaranteed to be able to get that item. Whereas right now, it's basically, let's take a promo ship, for example. Those are the promotional packs, which are currently available in the C store. Those aren't always available. So for someone wanting a promo ship, you know, at some random point throughout the year, they may look at the market and see that there's none up there. And they may look at the store, at the C store, and they may see that they can't even get the promo packs that have a chance to get them. So in those situations, they may, you know, they're not in a great spot. They could get keys to sell free C to buy promo packs off the exchange to gamble for it, or if they know if they're a bit more informed, they could go through a trade channel and find someone that has the box. But you know that there's a supply issue for some of these things. Honestly, the such heavy reliance on lockbox and stuff tells me it's not just the game that's over a decade old, it's Cryptic, similar to how their marketing is just so out of date. Yeah. What marketing? What marketing? I am constantly amazed at just how bad the marketing for this game is. Why aren't they doing Twitch drops? You know, with Twitch drops, get people to look at things. Get people to move over to Twitch to like boost the view count of the stow side of things, and that's going to make the game more visible on Twitch, attract more people to the section to look at it, and then maybe get more players into the game itself. Their website is their marketing. Oof. Yeah. Robert, how's it going? So like I said in the video yesterday, for those of you that didn't see it, the anniversary bundle is likely going to be similar price to the 12th and 13th bundles. So if you're wanting to pick up Zen, have on hand for it, you'll probably need around 13 to 14k Zen for the introductory sale that they do. So if you are wanting to pick up some Zen with the current sales, that's going to be your best time to do so. Yeah. I mean, look at all the other games that do Twitch drops. Like that's clearly a good route towards getting new people into the game or just expanding marketing for the game. Like even if it's just some really cheap item for the game, like it can be a big boost. Let me find where the Twitch drops are here. Like almost every, free, most of the big free-to-play games out there on the market all have these Twitch drops where you can go in and claim some little thing that, is going to give you a small boost in the game. And then they'll typically have one where you watch a streamer in the category for that game and there's some additional things that you can get. So don't forget to spend your perk point. That ain't gonna happen. Johnny, I got 118 of them. I'm saving them because I don't care to fill out the rest of my ground endeavors here. So I'm saving these for if they ever add in more space ones. Or if they ever expand the tree. Perks system, I mean. Right now on console, 5300 Zen is going for 39 bucks. Not a bad deal. Ethan, can I help you with what engineering abilities proc painful memories because it doesn't list them? I don't even remember what that is. Hold on. So any engineering bridge officer ability that can be used against a foe. So would that be like aceton beam? Engineer. So like structural integrity collapse, let it go, endothermic inhibitor beam, probably emit unstable warp bubble. I don't know if eject warp plasma would do it. It might. Direct energy modulation, I don't imagine that would work for it. But basically, any of these engineering abilities where you click them and they go to your targeted foe, like any of those abilities should work with that. Terrible Ranger. The Dild Zen, I mean, if you're just posting your dilithium up now, I don't think it's gonna sell. I mean, it might. It might sell by the time or before the end of the sales. Have I ever used Symbiotic Ice? Yeah, for beam builds. Yeah, that's a really good trait to have on for beams. Warp Bubble is a story reward, though, yeah. They're targeting Star Trek fans, not MMO players. Terrible, Grim. Do I think we will ever get a new community manager? Yeah, absolutely. Especially given that they have a position, that they're hiring for a community manager for Star Trek Online. Yeah, I think we will see a new community manager eventually. I think, I've already talked about this in the videos, but given how many on the Stowe team are marked as, open to work over on LinkedIn, I think we'll see a few changes happen throughout 2024. I don't know, Atrias. I mean, they're only hiring for that like senior community manager position last I saw. Yeah, so this community manager position that they're hiring for, requirements: a strong understanding of the Star Trek universe or willingness and enthusiasm to become an expert in it. So he may very well be staying on for the other cryptic games that he covers, like Champions and Neverwinter, but for Stowe, they are very much looking for someone to take that over for him. Um, they do target Trek full because it started playing a few years back and drops 100, 200 USD a week. Wow. That's crazy, Corey. Stop fear mongering. Terrible. They would open applications for the current cryptic team? No. They probably have, but the issue, Billy, is that if you look Deca games up, they don't like to pay the same rates that cryptic does. I mean, it's what other game do they have that's Star Trek? Like the job posting specifically calls out Star Trek. It doesn't call out any other game. It just calls out Star Trek. I don't know if Kale's leaving or if he's just not going to cover all three games anymore, but one of the things with Deca, if you look at like their Glassdoor on and some of the other things, is that they're listed as not paying the most for positions. I don't know. Hold on. Let me. Trying to find it. So for like some of the reviews, like if you look on like Glassdoor, they were mentioning that the pay was just like the bare minimum, below industry average pay scales, because everything boils down to profit margins, no benefits even for employees. So I imagine that if Deca's putting up, some of these offers, they are probably saying to the current cryptic employees that they could work on them, but that the pay probably would not be great. Yeah, indeed, Steve. I really don't know. There's a lot of questions, and we're gonna see. The only way we're gonna see what happens is to just be patient and see how it all plays out. Right now, it's all just speculation. Grim, you should. It'd be funny. Would the new company actually add new things or fix things? They have they like to maintain the games they take over, so we'll see how things go. Okay. Do some content here. What build am I on? I'm on the Guillotine Elite build. Oh, I was playing with that. We're going to do some elite queues here as soon as I get up to space and fix this console. Let's see. I guess I could put Lorca back on because I apparently don't have that on this specific setup right now. Go. Let's go into, let's see. The hell with Honor Elite public queue. Let's go. The hell with Honor Elite is pretty fun. I think that might be the target for the next solo video I do. So it might be a bit before I do a solo video. The infected one and the guillotine ones did well, but the gravity kills one did not perform well at all. Sumerian Beam Overload build? That's the first build that I set up on it last week. You want to see what you can do with Torps in like an earlier state of the game? Terrible. General player base hates that TFO? Yeah. Well, the hell with Honor is good. Oh, it DQ'd me. This game. I re-queued for it. Okay, I've queued back up for the hell with Honor. It popped me out of the queue. Yeah. I played with Odin back then, Ranger. That was a different time. Very different. It DQ'd me again? What? Okay, I'm gonna leave the window open. To hell with Honor Elite public queue. Why is it doing that? Oh, that's why. I forgot to leave the TFO group. There we go. It's all your fault, Ranger. Gotta wait for it to go through. Peak Stow gameplay. And in the end, you still had CF3, EBM, Delphic, and Neutronic. It's true. The Sona wasn't out by then, though. Sona was a couple years later. Yeah, I mean, you could still make it work. I get what you're saying, Ranger. Yeah, this is a very fun TFO. Randomly... Oh, I completely forgot about that. Sorry.
Attempting to flee from shipyard Epsilon. Hawkeye vessels are powering up at shipyard Delta.
Yeah, I think this build could probably do this solo. I think this would be a fun one to do a solo of. I mean, people have done this solo, though, in the past, so I wouldn't be the first to have done it. Station keeps going black.
Tear this moon in half! Fire the weapon!
Keep in mind also, Ranger, that back then it would have been just ISA. Or am I thinking of the wrong time period? That's always a fun queue to run. I think gravity kills, apparently it bugs out if people do certain things in the run, but I didn't encounter any issues. Well, I take that back. I did encounter 1 or 2 attempts where one of the gravitic anchors on the Gamma platform bugged out. But for the most part, it was mostly smooth. Checking here. Record was like 552 by Felician or Felison. That was completely unbeaten by anyone in Nanny. Do I think having the Breen Omni on would help boost 5 magic trait? Are you doing like a disruptor build? Ethan, I think instead I would look at the Disco 3-piece, because the Disco 3-piece with the deflector, core, and shield does electrical damage. So that would be a way for you to boost that, or to activate that trait. Yeah, I think it was Ranger. Speaking of a Hive, let's do one. Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. Terrible Ranger. Oh, that's a good point, Steven. Hematite.
I am perfection. I am good. Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Oh, feedback. No. Is there a way to get the Kobayashi that you used at the start of TFO? Yeah, it's in the mud store. So during a 75% mud sale, you can get it for 2,000 Zen. Should you wait to make a ROM attack alien or just make it now? You're fine to make it now. I mean, unless you... I don't know when the next Delta recruit's going to be. I don't think that's going to be the first recruitment event this year, so... I would say just make it now. And... like, if you already have a Delta recruit, you're missing out on... like, just 1 or 2 unlocks that would be Romulan exclusive. I mean, for me, I don't think I could wait that long for making a new character. I gotta look this up on the Stow Wiki. Hold on. Uh, okay. So, when has this been out? So yeah, I mean, if you're waiting for it to go live again, you're going to be waiting till April. So yeah, I don't think I'd wait. And yeah, it's just marks. Yeah, so you can look at the wiki and verify that. Like you're just missing some marks and some dilithium. Like I would just make your character now. Make it now, play it, you know, because by the time the next Delta Recruit event is likely to go live, you'll already have the character up to 65 with your reputation's probably done at that point. So I just wouldn't wait, you know, the 4 or 5 months for that. Okay, next up, Infected's back on the table. Let's do another one of them. Infected Elite public queue for anyone that wants to join. That went before I even said anything. I just got dumped into one that's already active, I think. Oh no. It's already gonna have been active. Yep. Damn it.
The situation.
This looks like a fun one to just break off and go right. 40 seconds in on the start phase? Yeah, this is the way to go, right? Challenge mode. Do everything different here. Oh, the gateway started. Oh, that's good. I mean, this run isn't gonna upload or anything anyways, so I may as well just... I hate these tractor beams. Gotta get in that MB position. Hit both at the same time. It's too far away. I can't hit it in the gate at the same time. That's unfortunate. So do you need 3? No, I mean, just 1's fine. I mean, if you're a completionist and you want to have every last reward unlocked, then sure, but... realistically, like, just getting 1 is gonna get you, like, 90% of the rewards. go. On to the next queue, and hopefully it doesn't dump me into one that is already in progress. Oh, you're fine, Nave Man. That's what this stream is for. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's continue the Borg train here. Let's do a cure found elite public queue. You want with the temporal light cruiser? That's understandable. Thoughts on it? That's dead. Cloaking up is worth it. I just didn't hear because I don't know. I was just a little bit delayed looking at the chat, to be honest. Zor, I don't know what walker you're talking about. The activations feel really sloppy right now. That one. I can see my ship stuttering around a little bit. Debate long on, or I'll respond to that. I mean, it's either going to be Wolf 359 or First Contact, which was Battle of Sector 001. So it's either going to be 359 or 001, or maybe a mix of both. So I don't know what ships are going to be in there. I mean, hopefully a better Sovereign, right? I think a lot of us want that, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Is there anything special about the ultimate weapons? I like the color. I'm still loving the Viridians at the moment. I mean, if you like the ultimate, then go for it. But the ultimates, if you want the ultimate effect, just having the ultimate Omni on your build gets you a guaranteed proc. I think the best would be a mix of both. For me, I would rather have the first contact side of things. I would rather have, a new sovereign. What other ships were in there? A new Norway. Just some new versions of some of the notable Fed ships from that fight. I'd rather have that than a bunch of weird hit bashed Wolf 359 ships personally. Does CBS care what happens to Stowe? Probably not. So long as Cryptic is showing that the game makes money, they probably don't care. Yeah. Yeah, we already have the legendary Akira. I mean, that doesn't mean they wouldn't do another. The Akira is clearly a very popular ship. And they've done new versions of C-Store ships after releasing a legendary. They did that with the Audi, they did that with the Defiant. So, I mean, they very well could end up doing another version of it. They also did that with the Voyager, the Galaxy. Like, I mean, a legendary or a new version of the Akira is not impossible given just because there's a legendary version. Account unlock Mirror Worship? I really hope. Account unlocked Mirror Worship would make it a bit more accessible to set up some of my ults. They're not going to put the Millennium Falcon in. What do we want to do next here? We have 123 on YouTube, 18 on Twitch. Let's do a Crystalline. Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced public queue for anyone that wants to join. Let's 10-player TFO. Get a few more of us in. Yeah, I know. It was in there as like a joke as in a frame or something, right? Yeah, everyone, going back to your question about Cloak Ambush, taking advantage of Cloak Ambush is very good, especially if you're on a captain that has a bridge officer to extend the duration of the Cloak Ambush. So Romulans have access to that. And aside from that, if you're on a KDF recruit, you do get a bridge officer with Infiltrator. So yeah, that is something good to take advantage of. I just sometimes forget to. Public queue for Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced if anyone wants to join. I'm going to craft more energy amplifiers while I'm here. Yeah. In the lore, apparently there was quite a few. That'd be interesting if that does happen, Zor. A legendary Nebula Intel warship or Nebula Miracle Worker multi-mission cruiser. A Nebula that is an assigned ship would be interesting. So, the thing is, this upcoming anniversary bundle is not likely to be legendary. It's likely to be just another set of C-Store ships, similar to what we saw with the last anniversary bundle and the one prior. Next legendary bundle won't be dropping until sometime around April or May. If they follow the same pattern they have the past couple of years. Yeah. There we go. I think I may be missing some stuff on the Twitch side. I think my my window over there froze. Let me check. It has not told me if there's any chat there in a while. The Chosen, thank you for the follow. Steve, Shining Class could do with a nice update. Yeah, hold on. My other computer, which I have my Twitch chat up on and my YouTube chat, just froze for some reason. So let me refresh those windows. The red ring disappeared. Is the Achilles class in still yet? I don't think so. Steel, thank you for stopping by. See you around. Have fun. So the Twitch side wasn't updating there for a little bit. Okay. Full agony phasers. Best console clicky you can use with it. I mean, do you have the emulating phaser lance? You know that's always nice with the phaser build. Domino, like it's just the standard do consoles you'd be looking at. So let me pull up mine here. That's it. Wolfpack, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciated. So with the phaser build, for the clickies that I was using on my build, Domino, emulating phaser lance, and then I went with the flagship 3-piece because I was just messing around with it at the time. So timeline stabilizer, flagship tac computer, adaptive emergency systems. This is an agony phaser, but the difference between phaser types is virtually non-existent, so this will transfer over to your agony stuff as well. It's basically just a matter of having different visuals. The weapon procs don't matter. TFO recreation of Wolf 359 does sound cool. Yeah. Hopefully that's what we end up seeing. Oh, that's a fan design. The M6 and the console from the... Were you meaning the Domino? Yeah, the M6 is fine. If you don't have DPRM, the Adaptive Emergency Systems console is a good substitute. This is a damage. Crit D? Crit D DHC build? I haven't heard that one in a while. No, this is all my weapons are always spec'd for crit D damage on the epic mod and then damage for all remaining modifiers. Camera when? On the stream later tonight, Nicholas. Yeah, indeed, Steve. Go back to a DPS build here. The Domino now. No, it is Phoenix, so you gotta try to get an epic token. Crit severity build. I mean, yeah, like every build I have is gonna have some crit severity, but I'm not going out to maximize that stat. I'm not running like exploiters. I'm running the isomatics instead on most of my new builds nowadays. What do we have next here? Let's do a Kittimer Vortex Elite. Public queue. Surgical Strikes build. Yeah, I've done Surgical Strikes before. I generally don't like single target builds though, because the content structure of the game isn't really optimized for that. Most of the endgame content leans in towards AoE heavy builds, so I generally run builds oriented towards that rather than single target.
There are 2 active Borg transwarp conduits in this system. The Borg are short.
Like, I forgot to swap my specializations again, so I'm still on temporal primary. Fire will misfired there, it looks like. My command abilities misfired. Good day for the server, eh? My corpse spread misfired.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
My CSV misfired again. This is not a good match for abilities actually activating when you hit them, apparently. Yeah, that was a bit laggy. Unfortunate. Servers are whacked today. I mean, servers are whacked most
The
days.
scimitar has been destroyed, but sensors detected several escape pods entering the vortex. Sinatra's fate is unfortunate,
When you hear Kobayashi Maru.
given the future.
Yep. I think all the ships in the anniversary bundle will be Federation. Most people in the game only fly Fed ships. The free Maelstrom is worth using if you can get it. It is 7% behind the original Maelstrom, if I remember from the testing. I mean, having a torp on, a single torp with a torp spread is always going to help in some situations for that burst of damage it provides. It needs to be a good torpedo, though. You don't want to just slap on like a random quantum or, photon. You want to make sure it's like one of the special torps that has some unique effect to it. And the Maelstrom's like your best bet if you're just looking to slot a torp onto an energy weapon build just to get a big chunk of damage every now and then. Yeah, I'm the weird one here where I don't like okay, I like the Fed ship designs, but a lot of them look very similar to me, and I prefer the alien designs instead, which are a bit more unique. Yeah, the Maelstrom is honestly the only torpedo I use on most builds now. If I have a build that is using one torpedo, it's going to be the Maelstrom. Yeah, the Lexington's very, very popular, I know. Okay, what can we do here? I want to try a to hell with honor quick, so just see how it feels solo, so I have an idea for when I go and like actually try it later on. I just want to see how it feels solo. If the server's not letting my abilities activate, then it's not going to be a fun time, but so long as the game cooperates, it should be fine. I should pop my plus 10 boosters while I'm here too. Attack, inch, psi. Yeah. Yeah, in the battle zones, the Maelstrom just basically one-shots whatever you're going up against.
To all true.
I think one of my issues too with Fed ships is that some of my favorite ones in the game, like the Sovereign class, just have stats that are not really compatible with my playstyle. I should have let my pets out there. Oh well.
Destroy the Mokai vessels before they can power up.
Position at these ones.
Before the Mokai can escape. The Mokai are attempting to flee from Shipguard Epsilon.
I forgot again to change my specializations. Didn't even have to fire my maelstrom not at that one.
Hull integrity below 25%.
The Scotland power up the Mokai vessels and gather Shipguard.
Rear shields failing.
When you are zoomed out far enough, everything is a fed ship.
Shipguard Delta. Shipguard Delta is down to 0 Mokai vessels.
I didn't even realize I had ships escape.
Failing.
Oh, because I flew past the center, did some escape? My DPRM not activate? No, it's on. I'm just taking that much damage suddenly.
Rear shields
Tear
failing.
this moon in half! Fire the weapon!
Should have my second maelstrom charge here shortly. ESV misfire. okay. Yeah, sorry, I'll catch up on chat here in a moment. I just wanted to give this a shot, but this ain't gonna complete. I'm too slow and my abilities are just not activating consistently. I thought that was gonna die from that, apparently not. Yes, we misfired again. It's one of the issues with this game is when you're trying to do stuff like this. Like, if abilities are misfiring because the server sucks, it is really quite frustrating. There's something else left. Target it. Saving my boss for the next area. You guys gone. I'm just trying this queue so and I'll catch up on chat here in a few. Weapons keep shutting off there. I just got died from whatever that was. I need like my deep here. I'm back up really bad. George, how's it going? There we go. That's the first time I've tried that solo, but that was... The end was a little bit close, but it was a full completion of it at least. Okay, let me catch up on chat now. Move this over. We have the Federation Resistance Futile. The Quib. 1701, how's it going? It's only bad if you're rubber banding halfway around the map. Yeah, that's true still right there. So yeah, I mean that wasn't too bad. I think people have done solo to Health Honor the two before though, so how with solo. Let's put in a link. Yeah, it's been done before. I figured it has. I know Neojet has done it, and I imagine a few others have. But that was the first time I tried it solo. Fun little challenge. What queue do we have up next? What other TFOs will I do for the Solo Elite series? Corfez, Procyon 5? I don't know yet. Obviously, Corfez would be a bit difficult. I have some ideas that I might try. But I'm not going to do that middle of the day. Like, for Corfez, you would want the most ideal server performance you could get. So doing that at like 2 a.m. would probably be a bit better than trying to do it right now when the servers just are struggling to handle things. Storis, do Viridian plasmas work with complex plasma fires when Viridians do not have the dot as a proc? Yeah. So complex plasma fires works with any plasma weapons. So whatever flavor you like, the proc on plasma, like on the Viridian plasma weapons or any other weapons in the game, if it's a 2.5% chance proc, basically is completely irrelevant. The amount of times you'll see a proc go off in a run is very slim, and you can basically ignore them and just pick the weapons that you like the visuals of the most. There's only a few exceptions in the game where the procs do have more impact, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about them too much. Procyon 5 would be interesting, though. Okay, we've got the board queues back up. Let's do another infected. Hopefully this time I don't get dumped into one that's already in progress. So I'm going to have to leave the queue and rejoin. There we go. Hopefully, I'm a bit concerned. It didn't instantly put... Oh, okay. That was a bit fast. Two numbers pop up on the parser here in a moment. Oh, good. I was worried.
The situation is grim.
I think I was a bit late activating third team command there. I forgot to change my specialization again. Damn it.
Scanning the data. Got it. Insulting that.
Yeah. Grab everyone. Let's see, is this one of the rare runs that can be uploaded? Probably not, because Cryptic hasn't fixed that issue, but nope. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, SCM has a filter in it in that it won't allow uploads if there's no regen from the generators to the transformer. And a couple months back, Cryptic broke that when they changed the map, which, you know, to them it doesn't matter because the map can still be completed. But for like SCM, because it's abandonware at this point, it can't be updated to correct that issue. And unfortunately, Cryptic doesn't appear to be that interested in fixing that. Quick reminder to change my specialization. Yes, thank you. Okay. Intel primary and temp op secondary. There we go. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I mean that's all weapon procs in general. Is you may see them a handful of times per run, but yeah, for the most part, they're not that significant. What is the name of the console that turns enemies around? That is the in here it is the sensor phantom projector that causes them to turn and fire at the sensor phantom. That is what is causing that. It's also a really good taunt to keep threat off me. I'm running low on devices. Do something that I haven't done in a while. I can do that. You know, we were just talking about Corfez. Let's give Corfez a go. Battle of Corfez Elite public queue for anyone that wants to join. Hazard Emitters is turning into a science team for when I inevitably get subnuked in here. Time to disappoint Harry? Terrible. Especially when we get to the Teray phase and have all the enemies spawn in at once. How long has that been bugged? What has that been, like, it's been over a year now, hasn't it? Over a year, yeah.
Vodwar ships have invaded the area.
Yeah, 1701. I hope that they go through and polish up some of the queues that have some issues. I fired my corpse spread twice there before it finally went off. Do I have a link to my current plasma build? If you check out the plasma isomag video I did, I mean, that covers most of the basics. There's a few changes to this one. I think I went over it if you look at my recent guillotine solo video. I don't have a video going over this specific build, but I think I talked about it in there.
warships from breaking through our defense line.
At the very least, it's a shiny spotlight to get more attention to it, yeah. Oh, my corpse spread just got stripped off. Unfortunate. Yeah, if I do a solo of this, I'm gonna need to set up like a build that has like a really powerful grab wall, I feel. Ready to rock and roll? PFP in case of Benthans, yeah. I think I have an idea on how to do a solo Benthans phase. I would have to put the build together, and I think it would be a pain, but I think it could be done. This phase, I don't know if this could be done solo. Because you need to be in a lot of places. This first phase of first phase of Corfez can be done. We know that. Like that can be done solo. That's not even a question. It's the Teray phase that I think would be very difficult to do solo right now. You would need a very, very high-end, like top-of-the-line APG build for that. And aside from that, I just think some of the I don't know. The one where you're just going around the station, that's like the easiest one to do. I really should have PFP on for this. If you're on, thank you for the casual membership. Very much appreciated. I think my torp fired just as my spread ended. Unlucky. WoW's Twitch stream when? That's a good question. It's been a while, hasn't it? I think I did like 1 or 2 matches a while back. You know, I might fit in some tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing, I'm doing another stream later tonight. That's going to be like a podcast type thing with Triz, Goss, and McStud. And then tomorrow I'm doing like the New Year's Eve stream, which I'll probably be starting up probably around like 9 p.m. Central Time. So I might fit in some WoWs then. Yeah, it's gonna be streamed, and I'll probably do what McStud does and take clips of it, to put up as a video later on or something. Yeah, you couldn't do a solo Corfez this time of the day. Even if you had like the proper setup and everything for it, the ability misfires are just too bad. I know, thank you for the casual membership. Very much appreciated. Lucky in the Corvette you dropped into. Been off still since Picard ended. Is the holiday ship worth the lobby? I think it's a good ship. The trade-off of it's pretty good for especially like a new player. It's an alternative version of intelligence agent attaché basically. Whenever you first shoot a target, it gives captain ability cooldown reduction. So it's legitimately a pretty solid trait. It's not like a top 7, but it's good. The ship itself is worse than the summer ship, but it's still capable. The issue with the prolonged weapons is that they take time to build up, and like as soon as you're out of combat, you lose the stacks that they have. So, where's the Lost Serena? It's gonna make an appearance in the near future, Nicholas. You want it now, Nicholas? Terrible. Where's the compiler? Sitting in a shipyard. Disappointed that I haven't used it yet. Nice, Starf. Just doing some TFOs, Axel. Yeah, Steven, I've been hoping for a mud sail, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, we're off to the final boss now.
We're pushing the Vaadwaur back. Pushing the Vaadwaur. Excellent work.
There we go. Good job, everyone. That was one phase on the final boss. Very nice. Oh, I haven't done the I haven't been to the winter map since I got the ship. I just don't really care about the winter specific maps. Nick, I see your spam of Enterprise Jays. I see him. I see him, Nicholas. Terrible. Okay, I've got time for one more queue for right now, and then I am going to have to bail out. So let's get one more TFO done here quick. Terrible, Nick. Let's do a Hive. Hive Onslaught Elite public queue for anyone that wants to join. There we go. And a reminder, there's going to be another stream later tonight where I'll be joining Trizander, McStew, and Goss to talk about some still related things. I think we're talking mostly like about just our thoughts on how the game went in the past year. I think that's the plan. I don't know what else Trues has lined up. Trues is saying something around like starting at like 10:30, maybe 11:30 Central Time. I don't quite know the specifics, but when he types it out, I'll get the stream scheduled. He wants to do another. Yeah, so I mean the VOD will be up, and I'll probably take clips from it to put together a video. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Nick.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another. Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
And 42? Oh, I skipped because the cutscene. Okay, that's going to be it for this stream today. I'm sorry to cut it short. Like I said, I'll be doing another stream later this evening, and then tomorrow, the stream later tonight will be that podcast discussion. If unless something happens that cancels it, but then I'll be doing another stream where I'm playing some games again tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific time, or Pacific Central time, so 9 p.m. Central time. I don't know why I said Pacific. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. See you guys around.